Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor which is due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great Muslim of the world, and lead the flock by example. And Shalom to the elect of Yahawashi, the elect of Israel, starting with 144,000. And yeah, man, I was just driving, and as you can see, and I was thinking about comfort, right? What brought me to think about comfort was I was thinking about death. I was thinking about family members who, my family who, well, just people in general, but I was specifically thinking about family members who don't deal with death very well. When there's death in the family. And I was kind of thinking about how I used to deal with death before I had this truth, right? And as you'd expect, I didn't deal with it too well either, but I wouldn't say as bad as my family, man. Particular people I'm thinking about. Now, when I was meditating on it, I said, well, we got the scriptures, we got the comforter, which is Yahawashi, which is this word. That's what comforts us when it comes to hardships, when it comes to a lot of things, all things, because the knowledge of death is comforting. And I've got to say, it was also, now you got this hell doctrine that's being pushed in Israel right now. Okay, IUIC. And you don't burn in hell, in a place called hell, where the devil's got a pitchfork for all eternity. When the scriptures are going into when the scriptures are going into hell, right? There's two things. Either means the grave, as in under the ground, all right? Or it's talking about a state of being, in the sense that, like, for example, let's say I'm driving right now, right? I need to get somewhere, I need to be somewhere, okay? Now, if I get a flat tire, which Lord willing that don't happen, if I get a flat tire, that's hell. I'm catching hell, all right? If you're down and out, you're, out on your luck, as they say, or, whether it be health, whether it be financial, whatever it might be, all right? You catching hell, man, all right? In the same way that, when people are experiencing euphoric things and they're going through good things, what do they say? Oh, it's like heaven. Don't they say that? Right? Now there is a physical place called heaven, right? The third heaven, the spiritual realm, okay, where the Lord and the angels are, okay? But there ain't no hell. There ain't no Hades. There ain't no place where you're burning for eternity, man. When the scriptures are talking about the lake of fire, for example, that's talking about America getting completely nuked with thermonuclear destruction, and the lasers from the ships, the chariots, the so-called UFOs. Okay, that's what that's talking about. All right, and I had to mention that. All right, because that's the thing. People in the world, people even in Israel, because of this confusion, but particularly people in the world, that hell thing gets pushed a lot. So what do people think? A lot of the major religions, they push that hell. So people think, well, you know what, man, I don't want to burn, and they think of this place called hell, and and they don't want to burn forever in this hell. Now the scriptures, and that's dealing with death. People don't know what happens to them after death, but we do, because it's in the scriptures. Okay. It tells you in the scriptures that you go before the throne. Okay. Your body leaves your spirit leaves your body and goes to the spiritual realm. Okay. And then and after a while, when it's your time, you get reincarnated. which means back into the body. See, the spirit, you can't. That's the Lord's, creation is of our it's energy. You can't just get like, what's gonna happen? Does the spirit die when you die? No. Okay, your flesh, this body, it gives up, right? What does it do? It gives up the ghost. It gives up the spirit, right? And then the spirit leaves this body and goes to the spiritual realm. Okay, that's how people that are near death, they start seeing things, right? You got all the different accounts. Now, I was thinking about the comforter. I was thinking of what the scriptures refer to, Yahweh Shai as the comforter. That's who the comforter is talking about. And it is comforting to know, to have knowledge of things. Like the example I gave. I remember when I was a child, as a young child, I was terrified of death, the concept of death. I was like, shit, because I didn't, and you know what I was terrified of? The not knowing of, and the perpetual nothingness of it, So, well, so you die and what happens, But I'm telling you right now, what's in the scriptures? It's very straightforward, man. Okay, I just broke it down to you. And I'm quoting from the scripture. But death ain't the end, man. Okay? It's just the end of that life. Now, when we're changed, in pursuant to 1 Corinthians 15 and 50 on down, and given new bodies, we're not going to feel the sting of death anymore. Okay? Because the reason that we die is because we're sin. We're in a sinful flesh. But when we're given new bodies, okay, pursuant to the new covenant, the laws are going to be in our inward parts, meaning we're not going to be able to go off. We're going to be programmed to keep the law perfect, and we're going to have these bodies which are going to be like, they're going to be extraterrestrial Superman bodies, man. Immortal bodies we're not going to die in, and that's why when the scriptures talk about life eternally, that Yahweh Shai can give us life eternally of an eternal kingdom in Daniel, that's how it fits. That's how it fits in. You got an eternal kingdom, but you can't even you're just living for 80 years and that's it, you're dead. Nah, man, we're going to be able to enjoy it. The scriptures say pleasures forevermore. We're going to be able to actually enjoy it, man. We're going to live, forever. Okay, the kingdom's going to be something else, man. Because you got all kinds of, Yahweh Shai said, in my father's house are many mansions. Meaning what? The universe, the galaxies, all the things that are out there. When you see these like Star Trek and stuff like that, everybody, that's Esau trying to paint it like that's them. Okay, their particular way of doing of it. Nah, man, we're gonna be the ones in them ships and chariots, traversing the universe, man. So that's a beautiful thing to look forward to, and that's comforting. That's comforting to know that. It's comforting to know that although we're in this hell, a lot of people, you might talk to them about the Rothschilds or Rockefellers. Nowadays, everyone knows about, well, not everyone, but let me just say that a lot of people know about, you got something called conspiracy theorists, you got truthers. So a lot of people are waking up to a lot of bullshit that's happening that the elites of Esau are doing on the planet. Okay? The scriptures talk about the internet. Okay, the internet is a big part of that. All right, why? Because the Lord's got His prophets teaching the truth. Okay, and you got people bringing out this truth in different ways, different platforms. All right, and exposing Esau. So when people are waking up to it now, okay, that's great. You've woken up to it. You know about the elites, but then, if you ain't got this truth, then now you've got an overwhelming feeling Which before I had this truth, I had this. Because I remember reading up about the elites, and I was like, like I said, like, you know, in my head I was like, well, okay, these guys are doing this wickedness, you know? Like, how do we stop them, you know? Well, I was like, shit, like, how do you stop them? Like, you know, I said, man, I hope. And I remember thinking, like, man, I wish I had spiritual, like, I wish I was like Superman, like spiritual power. And I'd just go, I remember just thinking, you know, I ain't gonna say it on the camera, but I'd basically take the elites out, right? Or my understanding of the elites at the time. But lo and behold, see, I'm thinking that as a you know, a young man looking at internet web pages, and the internet back then was like a Wild West, man. You know, in the dial-up days, you know, you'd just have like these pages with like Matrix style, like black pages with green writing, just essays, you know, just people, just information. I remember, man, you know, and I used to be fascinated with reading all that, you know, how does who owns the gold, how does the banking system work, you know, all that kind of stuff. I used to be into all that. Now, the Lord woke me up to this truth, right? And I was comforted because my thirst was quenched. I got all the answers. And the answer, you know, they say the truth is stranger than fiction. Hey, the answer was exactly what I was thinking. I said, hold on a second. The Lord, well, first of all, Yahweh Shai is going to come and take these elites down and his kingdom down, okay? But he's also going to raise up his men. He's, you know, spiritual power, man, right? That's why the scriptures say, behold, I'll send for fishers, and they shall fish them. And after, will he send for hunters, and they will hunt them out of the rocks, you know? Who do you think that's talking about, man? Well, I'll put that to you like this. Who's fishing right now? Are we not fishing with this truth? Are we not being fishers of men? Okay, we're putting out this word, right? Like a net, and what you do, you get in the good and the bad, and you throw the bad fish out, and you keep the good, the clean, which is the elect. You know? And it's spiritual because the reason I put the camera on, man, because when I was thinking about comfort, it was raining a bit and the sun was hitting the road a certain way, and I looked at my side view mirror, and I could see a trail of a rainbow behind the car. Right? Now, the reason that made me think about comfort is because the rainbow was a sign. Okay, there was an agreement that the Lord was not going to flood the earth again, right, as he did in the time of Noah. And when you look at Noah in the Hebrew, which I believe the Hebrew word is Noah, or I'm correct on that, and it means comfort, you know. So I said, I got to do this video, and that's pretty much the point, man. The point is that, look, we've got this truth, we've got this knowledge, as it is written, Isaiah 33:6. Knowledge and wisdom is the stability of thy times. You know, it gives us comfort in this hell that we're in. It keeps us stable. You know, military truck. Keeps us stable in the times to come. You know, I just seen a military truck. 2nd Ezra 15:16, where we're pretty much we're in the, you know, the teasing stages of that. We're pretty much into that, where it's just gonna get amped up more and more and more and more worse. Okay. Yeah, this article, I didn't check it out in depth, but I've seen the headlines of the article. You know, there's been an attack in Moscow, right? Well, I believe in a concert hall, I believe. And I saw it was all blackened out or whatever. You had a military presence there. You know, so hey, those things are just heating up more and more, man, all around the globe. Okay. So we gotta thank Yahweh Shai Shai that the Lord has given us this truth. You know, this ray of light in all this darkness, man. That the people in gross darkness in the world, they ain't got the answers. They don't have no comfort. You know. So hey, Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai. With that, man, I'm gonna say shalom to the elect.